No, we're not major cheats.
Like, they couldn't risk people hearing what she had to say, so they sent her to a foreign country.
They sent her to a country where no one would understand anyway.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Really fucked up.
Yeah. We found soup store.
This way.
The Norns are somewhere in that cave just ahead.
No, I didn't know what I was doing.
Whoa, what'd you say? What did you say?
There's that itchy sound again. Normally I don't mind ladies whispering in my ear, but this is positively irksome.
Anyone ever tell you that you
As
battle
long
when
as
you're
my
terrified?
Terrified? I'll have you know I'm at the very most deeply apprehensive. And breaking tension with humour is the sacred duty of a travelling companion. How very dare you! Babbling!
I love how all it takes is just a good enough intimidation check to get the fucking lips to give up where his blacker is, because no one can do it ever fucking do. Damn it, that's when I showed that one, man.
That's funny because I showed him that one.
Door.
Oh, that looks official.
So that's what it is.
I'm surprised you found it on your own. Without me thinking.
Yo, chicken socks.
My boy.
I can feel everything.
Walter, listen to me, please. Stop! Why did you bring him here? You are not welcome here! Wait!
It's all you're doing, mother! I'm so sick of your constant mess! What you did to me! What you did to me! Selfish witch!
No, it's not.
What DS game?
The House DS game, the House MD DS game looks way worse than this.
Hearing in my life!
It's because the fucking DS game was a straight out port of a PC house game, which was also god.
This is all you're doing, mother! I am so sick of your constant mess! What you did to me! What you did to me! Selfish witch! It won't stop. Tearing in my eyes! Mother!
You will not touch him. You will not harm him. Nobody harms my boy but me. No!
Freya! Brother, over here! Come get me! I want none of this!
Oh no, we did that. I'm putting it there for like the whole night.
Mimir! Secret! Brother, hold off!
Why did you never turn on Odin?
But I did! I tried to stop him any way I could!
Don't lie to me! You served Odin from the day you met to the day he put you in that tree! You sought favor, you plotted his war, you watched him mistreat everyone and everything, and you never gave a damn until he turned on you.
I know secret. It's true, all of it. But for love of you, I became a better man, a counselor for peace, an ally to all those
Were you an ally to Freya in the Starry, to Skadi, to Groa, or to Tanya? No! You always took the side of the powerful men who used them.
Brother, watch out! There's more of them!
Even now, you see a violent god in need and you can't help but aid him and call him brother. It's who you've always been!
Man, sucks. What's wrong? Tomorrow I gotta change our
You served Odin from the day you met to the day he put you in that tree! You sought favor, you plotted his wars, you watched him mistreat everyone and everything, and you never gave a damn until he turned on you!
I know secret. It's true, all of it. For the love of you, I became a better man, a counselor for peace, an ally to all those
Were you an ally to Freya in her suffering? To Skadi? To Groa? Or to Tanya? No! You always took the side of the powerful. You served Odin from the day you met to the day he put you in that tree! You sought favor, you plotted his wars, you watched him mistreat everyone and everything, and you never gave a damn until he turned on you!
I know secret. It's true, all of it. But for the love of you, I became a better man, a counselor for peace, an ally to all those...
Were you an ally to Freya in her suffering? To Skadi? To Groa? Or to Tanya? No! You always took the side of the powerful men who used them!
Brother, watch out! There's more of us!
Even now, you see a violent god in need and you can't help but aid him and call him brother! It's who you've always been! It's who you are! And it's who you always will be!
It is not her.
No. Of course. You did what you must. Brother, the tree! It's pulling me in!
Mimir!
Mother, help me! Monster!
Atreus! I am coming!
Why didn't you trust your own son?
Don't let him take me!
Atreus!
I'm scared!
Why wouldn't you see him the way he wants to be seen?
I don't want to go back! He's alive! He's a murderer!
That's all I had to do. And now he's mine.
He's killed his own family!
Well, I am here!
Still takes money for Wi-Fi, so you still gotta pay.
I mean, go to the library. Library's one of the last things free.
Mother, help me! Monster!
Atreus! I am coming!
Why didn't you trust your own son?
Don't let
Why
him
wouldn't
take me!
you see him the way he wants to be seen?
I don't want to go back! He's alive! He's a murderer!
That's all I had to do. And now he's mine.
He's killed his own family!
Atreus, I am here!
He's a bad guy!
He's already destined to die.
Yeah.
It's just that he can no longer move or cure himself to it.
Mother, help me! Monster!
Atreus, I am coming!
Why didn't you trust your own son?
Don't let him take me!
Atreus!
Why wouldn't you see him the way he wants to be seen?
Cure ailments like your skin.
I don't want to go back! He's a liar! He's a murderer!
All I had to do. And now he's mine.
He's killed his own family!
Atreus, I am here!
Why they could not kill.
He's a bad guy! I'm not safe with him!
Because if the flesh is turned to shit, no webs have been lost. All the webs have already just been turned into shit. So if you just remove a shit limb, it's just gonna grow shit.
He kept blowing.
Oh, Father, help me! He's a monster!
I think it's over. Did we pass the test?
Didn't feel much like succeeding.
I see the door has disappeared.
Or it was never there.
They toy with us still.
I like the idea that as the fucking
What is that?
A kelpie. Don't see many of those in these parts.
She must be theirs.
Maybe she'll take us to them.
I'll ask her.
Well, it's clear that he already knew chimpanzee.
Easy.
No, I think he gave
Easy. That's right.
Care to talk about whatever the Norns put you through?
Yeah, that's what you do.
That's definitely a cool homebrew spell. Transmutation. No, necromancy.
Get on.
That's a good lass. Lovely creatures. Temperamental by reputation. In my land, they keep children away from the lost by telling them a kelpie would drown them. Of course, no kelpie I know would do such a thing. Unless it was disrespected.
It walks on water.
Aye. No mystical water steeds to speak of in Greece, brother?
There were the hippocamps. They served the sea god. I battled one upon a titan.
That might not be her favorite subject.
This is why I like new players. They come up with interesting ideas to incorporate new spells. Captivate is an interesting thing. Oh, that reminds me of that hate spell, but with bigger downsides. Hate is just spelled to get
We're here.
Fate's own hideaway. Never doubted we'd make it.
Target of the spell haste has to spend one turn in a lethargic state where they can't move or take actions.
Because you spent all that extra energy.
Exactly. Haste is kind of like caffeinate, but I think caffeinate should also apply to poison condition and also an additional action, but it doesn't double your movement. And it's also psychological. I don't know. I'm kind of just homebrewing rules. Also because
Kratos, Freya, and Mimir's head
action economy.
enter the home of the Norns. Tentatively. They finally reached their destination. Kratos speaks first.
I seek my son.
Skip to the end. Spells.
You know the
For your
child
healing
is an
spells, yeah,
asshole.
like the plane ship just lets you go wherever you want.
You see,
Wonder Can's Private Saying is one of
What
the
all
coolest
you
spells.
search
It's a
for
10-minute
is see.
spell to cast, but
to
it
know
allows
the
you to create a
ending
giant,
to your
like,
story.
semi real mansion that you can rest in.
The ghost of Sparta furrows his brow menacingly. He resists the urge to grunt. Oh, he fails.
You come to us, piteous archetypes, seeking freedom from your scripts. As if knowing your lines would grant you the power to rewrite them.
Speed play.
V means vocal, meaning you have to use your words to cast it. If your silence doesn't
You will
work.
die,
Somatic means you
Kratos
have to
of
use your
Sparta.
hands, which means if you're restrained and can't move your hands, it doesn't work. Material is a unique thing. A lot of spells have like unique materials.
Called him the destroyer of
But
fate.
as long as it doesn't
There
have
must be a way to
cost, it doesn't
subvert
require
destiny.
There is
you can
no
substitute material
destiny.
with
Are speechless. They do not
concentration. I mean, a
understand.
minute for haste.
There is no grand design.
Your
no
opponent's wearing the
script.
component.
Only the choices you make. That your
Oh, I guess
choices
you're right.
are
A piece
so
of iron.
predictable.
Yeah.
Merely
Depends.
make us
Choose
seem
you typically have to be
When my son was born, shut up!
Until the spell ends, target speed is doubled. It gains +2 bonus to AC, advantage in dex saves, and
Your
gains additional
prophecy
action
said
each
he
turn.
would
So that last
die
part's
a
the biggest
needless
part.
death,
The action
and
can
he
be only
did.
the attack action. Well,
Because
not
you
because
could
fighters
not
get,
let
like,
him
a whole,
go.
like, slew of
Because
attacks, so
he
the one attack
thirsted
action,
for
this one gives
revenge.
them one extra attack.
And because
they can
you
also use
kill
it to dash,
gods.
disengage, dash, double, use their movement to move.
But what
like, effectively
Kratos did.
double their movement with an action.
It was not how
Disengage, which
it
is a specific action where normally
Should
if
I
you move
bring him a
away from
crown
an enemy
then?
without disengaging
He still
first, they get to
slays
use the
gods,
reaction.
but now
to
he's
hit
sad
you,
about
like,
it?
as you get away from them.
You are the sum of your
Disengage makes you
choices,
immune to
nothing
that for
more.
one
And
time.
because your choices
Hide,
never
which allows you to make a
change, you
stealth
will
check to
learn that
avoid the,
Heimdall intends
perception
to
of
kill your
others. You
son
can
in
make a stealth check
Asgard,
against
and you
everyone
will
else.
do what you
Or
do
use an
best.
object miscellaneous.
And then
just like, you know,
Ragnarok.
any
The
other
skies burn.
It's just like you get some
Exude
swiftness to like
on
dodging, more moves.
Yeah,
Again, he
Happening would
misses
make
the
you more
point.
jittery,
Focusing on the
paranoid.
second act,
exactly.
to the
That's why,
exclusion of
that's
the
why I want to take
final.
a level
A
down
common
and also
mistake
maybe
in
apply the poison
storycraft.
condition, which
We are
doesn't
leaving.
actually, like, it doesn't do normally like what you would assume poison would do from video
Is there
games.
a rest mechanic?
Oh yes, there's plenty.
Okay, so they just like
He
to say the
stomps
rest.
away, followed
for
closely
another
by
8
Frey.
hours.
I
And
enjoyed
yeah, for like
your
an hour
story,
during the effect of the
Kratos.
spell, or
Pity it has to end so soon.
See, poison doesn't actually like it doesn't actually like make you take like DOT
Wow,
damage
that
because
was
poison also is applied for
educational.
drunk. A poisoned creature only has disadvantage on attack rolls, attacking things, and ability checks, doing stuff. So yeah, you do stuff first. The biggest part of the haste spell. When the spell ends, the target can't move or take any actions until after its next turn. That's 2 turns. Means
Let us
if you
leave
get
this place.
like the enemy to be like, yeah, hey, let me cast haste on you, and then you can just immediately intentionally break concentration. You can like put them into a state of lethargy, but they have to be willing, so you gotta like convince them to accept the spell.
So if you're trying to do it again, it's the same guy. Like,
Things
oh
getting
no,
normal
I remember what
already.
you did last time. You put me in lethargic and then
Wait.
kicked my shit in while I couldn't move.
A tree.
Well, isn't that interesting?
What is this?
Kind
That's
of
the new
is, but enchant. If you're trying
The
to
one
enchant
Odin
magic on a
hanged
target
himself
already
with.
hostile to you, they
As
take
part of his
advantage.
endless mad quest for secrets of life and death and what have you.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Like,
It's a charged
here, an
object,
enchantment that would work for
significant
that
to
is a
Odin.
spell called Suggestion, which is
Perhaps I'll find a
effectively
use
the,
for that.
Jedi mind trick at second level.
Brother, what they said about the boy?
Will not happen.
Oh, I agree.
It will not happen. We will not let it.
Of course we bloody won't. The question is how. You wouldn't seriously consider killing Heimdall, would you?
I will do what I must.
Oh, is that all?
You're wrong to dissuade him, Mimir. You know Heimdall.
Grant you that he's a spiteful, vicious little shit.
And so loyal, Odin entrusted him with Gjallarhorn. If we have the chance to eliminate him before Ragnarok, we shouldn't hesitate.
Considering his powers of foresight alone, that is an if of mountainous size.
You suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence too. So like, and magically influence a creature you can see within range that hear and understand you. Creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect.
suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make the course action sound at least somewhat reasonable. Asking a creature to stab itself, throw itself on its spear, immolate, or do some other obviously self-harmful act will end the spell. Because then you can't
Even supposing we're all perfectly comfortable plotting an assassination, and I, for one, am a mite rusty in that measure, we've got no way to reach Heimdall, and no way to kill him if we did.
I have killed gods greater than him.
I don't doubt that, brother, but it's hardly my point.
Higher duration.
Kratos, I see something. Up there.
Conflict kind of muddles the mind and makes it, easy for the target to be like, oh, wait a minute, I'll put it Shrek. Right. Mind reading fucking. Because I once was able to use this fucking spell.
I think we're missing the Norn's message.
Yeah, a creature you can
We've all got our tendencies, and yours is to run headlong into danger to protect the ones you love.
I do not intend to change. Not about that.
Why should you? Apparently my tendency is to kill for one side.
Freya.
I don't need you to
defeat us.
Either.
Their accusation was cruel. None of us believe.
The truth can be a cruel thing. Anyone care to argue with that?
No. But Baldur's fate had many causes. Prophecy among them.
How do you mean, brother?
There are many tales in my homeland of those who fulfilled prophecy by attempting to avoid it. So it was when Freya tried to protect Baldur. And so it was when I accused my son of going to Asgard.
And we agree. It'd be foolish to go after Heimdall.
No. If Heimdall must die for Atreus to live, then Heimdall must die.
How can you say that, knowing what you know?
Because if Heimdall is a threat to my son, I must act. It is my...
Your nature. Well played, Norns.
I think he also likes the funny space.
Yeah. This is one of the best fucking player spells in the game, Sphere version, especially when I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3. It's a cleric, third level conjuration spell. It gives yourself a 15-foot radius of damage. Concentration for 10 minutes. You call for the sphere to protect you, they pull it around you to up to 15 feet of duration. You are good or neutral, they have farmer and honestly, it's just players, and yeah, it's kind of like Sand actually. If you're evil, if you're fiendish, when you cast a spell, you can designate any number of creatures you can see unaffected by it. Allies don't get hurt. And infected creatures you have in the area, and when they enter the area first time, or start their turn there, they make a wisdom save. On a fail, they take 3 8 radiant or necrotic. On successful, they take half damage. And casting out higher level spells increases the damage of the area. It lasts for a while and makes that, oh, you want to target the player because they're healy? Okay, well, that's not going to well, right? Speaking cloud is underrated. It's one of those unique spells that attacks with action economy. You create a player. Yeah, actually. One action, 90 feet, DSM, which means you speak and move your hand, and also have spell casting focus or a little bit here. Because the reason why they're all so weird and figure out your component is because that's the have a component out, which sort of like catch all for saying, oh yeah, I got a rotten egg in my fucking bag. Sure, whatever. Yeah, we bought it from Hey, I was thinking about it now anyway. Create a 20-foot radius below the top being cast center on a point of cheese within range. Allows the director around the corner, and here, hard to the point I choose, that guy's nose. It like blows me.
Let us find a gateway. Return home. Consider our plans.
Listen, brother, before you make any hasty decisions, why don't you blow off a little steam? I'm sure there was some loose end we meant to circle back to. Give your mind a little time to process everything.
I suspect there's unfinished business here in the lake. Though I'm certainly happy to spend time somewhere other than Midgard.
It's your choice, brother.
At your service. Always a joy to work on these.
This is also one of my favorite fucking Claire spells. Spiritual weapon, because it's only second level, meaning you only have to put 3 levels of Claire into your character in order to gain access to this spell. It's a bonus action, meaning that you can cast this spell alongside doing something else, like attacking with a weapon. It has a range of 60 feet, only requires vocal and somatic, so you don't have to have your spellcasting focus if you're like trying to play like a martial player. So you don't have your spellcasting focus out all the time, so you have like a great act or something. You don't have to get yourself like, and then you create a floating spectral weapon within range that lasts the duration, a minute.
Their deaths will be painless-ish.
When you cast a spell, you can make a melee attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. On a hit, they take an amount of damage equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier, which is Wisdom as a Claire. As a bonus action on your turn, later, you can then move the weapon 20 feet and repeat the attack against the same or a different creature. So the weapon itself can only move 20 feet, so it's pretty easy to stand away from it. But
I'll heat up the forge.
Useful to throw the spiritual weapon into a crowd of enemies so that it can just keep swinging. The weapon can take form, whatever form you choose. Clerics, deities, who are associated with a particular weapon, as like Saint Cuthbert is known for his mace and Thor for his hammer, make the spell's effect resemble that weapon. I actually had a frog cleric that was closer, honestly, in flavor to a druid than a cleric, but I wanted to make a barbarian cleric sort of zealot build. And for him, I made
this will be of some use.
Took the form of a remembered dead friend who was a floating.
Want something in particular?
That he would swing around.
Do you need like a staff to cast spells?
As long as they have a material component. If they don't have a material component, you don't need a staff. You don't need a catalyst. A catalyst, yes.
So like.
Wear it with pride.
I don't guess that all of them are consumed upon casting, like
yeah, some are consumed upon casting.
Like I can understand rotten eggs and skunk cabbage being consumed.
Actually, I didn't say they're consumed, so I would assume not.
But like a holy symbol here, right? What if a holy symbol? What if like the pommel of the sword had a cross?
Huh. That might be my best piece yet today.
Cleric would be nice for that. Yeah, that's perfect.
What I was thinking is you get like a claymore, but the handle for the claymore is just an upside down wizard staff. So the blade just kind of extended a bit, and you got like your top of the wizard staff and bottom.
Oh yeah, that's also a good. Yeah. I love shut that. When you say that, I actually there's spell chromatic orb that requires a diamond, but it doesn't consume the diamond like the last spells that do that.
Now, just because you've got new armor doesn't mean you should let yourself get knocked around more.
Or in a ring.
Yeah, or a ring.
Wear the ring backwards. Fucking blast.
Yeah.
Look, I made Grim a tiny bed. It has a pillow and everything.
Aww. But yeah, I was gonna show off one of the spells that has
Steam record.
Cost, of a material component that does consume.
Thank you.
So, Simulacrum is one of the powerful spells in the game because it sounds weird, but it's a spell that effectively allows you to create a clone of someone. Yeah, one piece of humanoid that's within range of the entire casting time of the spell. So you're able to create a clone of ice. It takes 12 hours to cast. Range is touch, and it has a vocal, somatic, and material component. Materials is snow or ice in quantity sufficient to make a life-sized copy of the duplicate creature. Some hair, fingernail clippings, or other piece of DNA placed inside the snow or ice, and powdered ruby, worth 1,500 gold, sprinkled over the duplicate and consumed by the spell. Duration is until the spell.
When is this book printed? We might have to adjust that number for inflation.
Ah, shit, it's actually 15,000 now. That's some shit, man.
You're gonna have to start selling skooma.
That actually reminds me, back when I was playing the Marty campaign, we, are you cooking? Bobby Ghost? Do you need help? Okay. But yeah, something like effectively you create a clone of just about every capacity that the target has. So if you target the barbarian for this, you effectively have a secondary barbarian clone. That the only caveat is that they have half the max HP as a barbarian. But still, wait, it's until you spell, like you get like an ice mage, ice. Yeah, and if there's duplication of that, Huh. I don't know if that would work. If there is a duplication spell,
Because no just keep summoning more ice mages to make more snowmen of themselves, and every 12 hours my ice mages double themselves, infinitely repeating exponentially until I just have an army of 10,000 mages.
Right, yeah, a lot of people actually think about this with the simulacrum spell, and that's the only limiting factor is the root adjust. And to get around that with the duplication spell, typically those duplication spells, they turn other things
She's still incorporeal ever since Kratos set her free of the corrupted form. But she hasn't let that stop her from helping any way she can. The truth is, I owe her more than I can repay.
I doubt she'd see it that way. When we freed her, she could speak of little else but her reverence for you. Seeing you yourself again would surely be payment enough.
We turn that wood dust into gold coins, and then we buy rubies.
The oarsman.
And then when that spell wears off, the
a monument of conquerors.
Made some lovely warships, though.
Yeah, like that merchant's trying to cast simulacrum themselves, and then it doesn't work. And then now you have an obsessed shopkeeper that can cast spells of up to level 7.
We'll deal with that when we get there.
Yeah, we'll get off that bridge when we get there.
We gave him enough wood dust.
What?
Mimir,
I'm very
another Fjotlund marking.
Aye, this place must have been part of Sigrun's kingdom. A first outpost preceding further expansion.
I thought I lost my player's handbook. I'm so happy that I found it. And then, of course, they remade the player's handbook.
Shake it off, man! You've got that! Behind you! Look out! This is a fine mess.
Oh, honey, that's too hot.
Mimir, look. Another Fjotlund marking.
Aye, this place must have been part of Sigrun's kingdom. A first outpost preceding further expansion. Behind you! Incoming! Behind you!